And welcome, foolish mortals,
Hello,
to
everyone. Welcome
Hitchhiker
in.
Chat. It's good to see everybody,
Yeah, I hope
as
everybody's doing well.
always. Yeah, let's start at the top. BDF Keith, welcome in. It's always good to see you.
Welcome in,
Appreciate you
Keith.
being here every week. And Mandy Adams, the same to you. Like to do some shopping in the Universal Tribute Store. Absolutely. Yeah, there's some good stuff. See what they have, right, Mandy? Um, and Dean, the turkey legster, always good to see you, buddy. Dean is changing his schedule up some. He went live for a little while just before us. So be sure if you aren't in there live to be on team replay for that. And as he kind of adjusts his schedule and, figures out what his live streams are going to look like during the week. Tina DCS, good to see you. Stacy, as always, good to see you. Let's see who else is that. Ethan, hello, Ethan. Good to see you. I know that name. Welcome in. Thanks for
I
popping
mean,
in. We
Ethan.
appreciate it. We have like a ton. And Tina, I see you. And Mike Wheeler, I see you too, buddy. Mike is ghosting, I think, probably. He does that, being a happy haunt. Can you hear me okay, William?
Yep, you're just fine.
Okay, good. Oh, Pam, welcome. So good to see you, Pam. Well, we have a ton to cover tonight. We're going to cover some Disney news a little bit later, y'all. But we felt like with Epic Universe coming and all that entails, that we really needed to cover this. What we know about Epic Universe, when it's coming, how how everything is progressing, the whole 9 yards. So we're going to cover that as thoroughly as possible tonight. If you if you watch the show and that some other things that we miss, or what have you, by all means, put a comment in the comment section and let us know. If we've left something out that you feel like is important, email us at thehitchhikingbones@gmail.com. Welcome in, everybody. We just really appreciate you being here. And if you're on Team Replay, like It's Joey's World, Lisa, Keith, and Joey, we really appreciate you guys. All of our Team Replay and our Ghost Watchers. If you're Ghost watching, good to have you. William, how's your week been? Pretty good?
It's been pretty good. I'm pretty staying pretty busy right now. Just I've got my one of my classes going on, and so that's eating into my free time a little bit. But
Roger that, Stacy.
A little extra money doesn't hurt. So and plus I enjoy it too. So it's
right.
It's just keeps me really busy.
Yeah. Well, I know you stay busy with everything that you've got going on, and Dean and I were just talking about that this afternoon. How to balance the responsibilities, the job, family, and this thing we call YouTube takes a lot of time. So, and sometimes, for you that have a channel, you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes you need to cut yourself a little slack, and it's supposed to be fun. It's your channel. That's why they call it YouTube. So take a little time, back away if you need to. Change it up a little bit. You can do whatever you want. It's all uniquely you, and I think we put too much pressure on ourselves sometimes with hobbies. So anyway, but we do so appreciate all of our subscribers and people who pop into our chats and send us comments. It just means the world to us. We've gotten we've got a ton of Christmas cards. Everybody that's contacted us, we do so appreciate it, and we love to stay in touch with you. As far as I've had a pretty good week. I kind of wish it had been a little more productive.
Welcome in, Jeanette. Yeah.
Than it has. Hey, Jeanette, good to see you. But I have gotten a good bit done, it just seems like I'm a list maker, and it just seems like that list just I don't know. It's just always there, and right now it's really really long, and I'm really gonna have to dig in and knock some stuff off of it tomorrow. So yeah, and I have lunch tomorrow with a dear friend, and so I'm looking forward to
Neat.
that. Getting out of the house a little bit. And so yeah, it's been good. Just usual stuff, taking care of the kiddos, the grands, and the animals, and the
Mhm.
hubs. So good week. But
Yeah.
we have tons, guys, of Disney news and again, Universal. Now we've touched on this some, William, in previous Hitchhiker chats. We've touched
Yeah.
on it a lot actually, but we haven't devoted a whole.
Nope. Mom frozen up, or am I frozen up? Let me know in the chat. Check here. Let's see. Mom frozen up. Let me know. Dawn is frozen. All right, here we go again. All right, everybody. Well, all righty, awesome. I'll go ahead and drop her off the stream because she's going to disappear here in a minute anyway. So I'll keep an eye out for when she joins back in here or when she's unfrozen. But I'm going to go ahead and cover a little bit of this day in Disney history while Mom gets back into the stream here. Let's see here. Happy birthday to Aunt Joy. We always acknowledge her at the end of the show, along with everybody else. You know, for those of you, not everybody's able to hang around. You know, the show runs pretty late sometimes, and so um, you know, we always do, you know, kind of a roll call at the end of the show, if you will, to thank everybody for being here. So, Aunt Susan and Aunt Joy are always among those people that we thank for being here, and thanks for, you know, thank for supporting us and watching our videos. And so, big shout out to my Aunt Joy. Let me where's my train whistle? All right, well, hold on a second. Grab this real quick. Almost got it. Of course, it's looped around stuff. All right, here we go. All right, I got it. All right, the joys of live streaming on YouTube. All right, happy birthday, Aunt Joy. Love you. Hope you had a wonderful day. Hope to see you sometime soon. Let me get Mom added back in here. I think I see her. Add her back to the stream. Well,
Hey, here I
you're
am.
no
Sorry
longer
about
frozen.
that. Guys, I am still working on internet service.
Mm.
It's been a pain, but I'm still working on that, and
I
hopefully
was
I
in the
can get there.
middle of wishing Aunt Joy happy birthday. Is there anything you wanted to
Oh
say?
yes, absolutely. My sister Joy just had a birthday, and I wanted to wish her a very happy birthday. Go ahead, William, and
Okay.
then I'll.
All righty. So happy birthday, Aunt Joy. We love you. I hope you have had a wonderful day. And those of you who have your headphones in or have the volume turned up really loud, there is a loud noise coming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy birthday, Aunt
Yay!
Joy. Love you.
Happy birthday, Joy. We love you. Hope you had a fantastic day. I know she had a good day. We just wanted to, to say it again.
Yeah.
And yeah, hope you had a very special. Birthdays are special.
Yeah.
Birthdays are special, and so we really hope that you had a good one, Joy. We love you.
So this day in Disney history, Disney's animated feature film Pinocchio, based on the 19th century book by Carlo Collodi, premieres at the Central Theater in New York City this day in 1940. This day in Disney history, 1947, Disney legend Wayne Anthony Allwine, the third official voice of Mickey Mouse, is born in Los Angeles, California. Let's see here. 1958, this day in Disney history, Disney's first animated feature, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, is released in theaters for the 4th time, with new opening and ending credits replacing the RKO Radio picture logo.
Interesting.
Welcome in, Katie Mack. Also, welcome in,
Hey,
Jonathan
Katie.
Cohn. Great to see you as well.
Oh, Jonathan. Good to see y'all. Welcome in, Katie.
Written down here.
I just as a side note, I wonder how many, now I didn't look this up, how many official voices of Mickey Mouse there have been.
Yeah.
I mean, Walt Disney was the 1st official voice of Mickey Mouse. So I wonder how many official people that they consider as official voices of Mickey there have been. I need to look that up. Or somebody, somebody in the chat wants to look up, that'd be great.
Oh, let's see here. Got Brett Ewan is the current voice of Mickey. Let's see here. Back to the show notes.
Brian Hull could easily be the current voice of Mickey, in my opinion. Love Brian Hull.
He's really good. He's really exceptionally talented.
His YouTube channel. You should. It's Brian Hull, Hull. Fantastic. Highly recommend him. He does voice work and acting.
This day in Disney history, 2001. Diehard Disney fans begin to line up at 5 p.m. Wednesday, 15 hours before the 8 o'clock a.m. Thursday opening of Disney's California Adventure. Disneyland officials discourage people from camping out, although bathrooms are available and a limited amount of food and beverages are offered for sale. So it's like, hey, please don't do this, but we're also going to try to keep you alive at the same time if you are going to choose to do this. Anyway, that's something. This day in Disney history, 2007. This is a big one for Mom, and I was also excited about this one as well. Although I was rooting for the other team, but I wasn't upset that the Colts won. But this day in Disney history, 2007, Indianapolis Colts head coach Tony Dungy and running back Dominic Rhodes visit the Magic Kingdom in Florida to celebrate their February 4th Super Bowl win over the Chicago Bears. So that was Peyton Manning's first Super Bowl championship.
It was.
And so anyway, I was pulling for the Chicago Bears because Brian Urlacher is my favorite player of all time. And so I was bummed to see him lose, but Peyton Manning, is probably number 2. It's almost kind of 1A, 1B type situation. So it's very excited to. I was glad for Peyton Manning, even though I was bummed that the Bears lost. One team had Peyton Manning at quarterback, and the other team had Rex Grossman at quarterback, and so it
was interesting.
Although Steven, my older brother Steven had put money and made a bet with a friend, and he said if the Bears get the opening kickoff in the Super Bowl, Devin Hester will run it back for a touchdown. And Peyton Manning said about the time he turned his back and then turned back around, he saw Devin Hester running past, and there he goes.
Making a touchdown. Devin Hester was a beast.
Oh yeah,
Devin Hester was he's
a surefire Hall of Famer. Wow. If they don't put him in, then he's one of the greatest return men of all time.
It was fun to watch. That's true.
And so anyway,
Peyton Manning, like on the Tonight Show or some interview, was so funny. He said, I was just getting started and kind of cranking up and all excited. And I turned around and it's like, wait a minute. He's making a touchdown. Devin Hester was headed on the other way. It was really cute. But,
so anyway, Steven did indeed win that bet. And that was it's pretty crazy for the opening kickoff of the Super Bowl to be run back. This day in Disney history, 2010. You go from the high of highs to the low of lows here. This day in Disney history, for us as fans at least, this day in Disney history, 2010, at Super Bowl 44, the New Orleans Saints quarterback Drew Brees shouts, "I'm going to Disney World," following his team's 31-17 win over the Indianapolis Colts in South Florida. So tough loss. Went from the big win 3 years prior in 2007 to losing in the Super Bowl in 2010. Uh, I'm not sour grapes or anything, but the Saints practically killed Brett Favre on the way to the Super Bowl win.
That was a tough one.
And
That
so,
I'll have
and
to
then
say that.
absolutely, if what had happened, if you take how they enforce the rules on hitting the quarterback today, and applied that to the Vikings Saints game in 2009 or 2010 rather, there would have been flags galore.
Oh yeah,
because they were absolutely set out to injure Brett Favre.
Well, not and I totally was a cheesehead that day.
Well, you were a Vikings fan that day because he was with the Vikings.
That's right.
That year.
That's true. Mm-hmm. Yeah, golly, it's just my brain is not retaining this important information. But hey, and it was not long after that, guys, that the Saints got in some trouble for.
They got busted for Bountygate. Which there's actually a film. I'm not sure what it's called, but there's a film with Kevin James, and he's portraying Sean Payton. I've not watched it yet. It's on Netflix. But
oh really? Oh,
he actually was the head coach for Liberty Christian in Argyle, Texas. And so for the season, whenever he was suspended, and so anyway. It's a pretty crazy situation. I can't remember what it's called. Maybe Home Team or something. I can't remember. But anyway, it was. I haven't watched that movie. I don't know if it's any good or not. But I've always thought Kevin James is pretty funny. So anyway,
huge Kevin James fan.
This day in Disney history, 2016, the first full trailer for Disney's live-action and heavy CGI remake of the 1967 cartoon classic The Jungle Book is shown during a broadcast of Super Bowl 50. Set for release in April, the film features Bill Murray as Baloo the bear, Christopher Walken as King Louie, the orangutan, and Ben Kingsley as the friendly panther, Bagheera.
It's good for you, kid.
And I'll be that. I'll be the guy. But tip of the hat to Jon Favreau for the live action Jungle Book. You think about it, his list of accolades is pretty long.
It is. It really is.
It's not Disney, but he was involved with the making of Elf, with Will Ferrell, and
he was. I had forgotten about that.
He's actually in the movie as the Doctor.
I had forgotten about that. Mm-hmm. Wow, yeah.
And then obviously most recently The Mandalorian, of course, and then we're however many years into the MCU now, and none of that happens if they don't hit Iron Man out of the park. And so that's sure enough, that's what they did. And obviously he was Happy Hogan in those films and also some of the Spider-Man films as well. So big shout out to Jon Favreau. I would love to meet him and thank him for all this really fun content.
I would too. Absolutely.
I mean, obviously there are other people involved in the process as well, but he's got a lot of smash hits. And so anyway, let's see. Katie Max says, I love the original version of Jungle Book and was surprised how much I liked the live version. I liked it too. It's among the live action remakes, it's probably one of the ones that I like the most.
It is, yeah. They've had some real stinkers in the remakes, but that one was, that one, Cinderella was wonderful.
Yeah, that Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast was good.
And so it's, so they've got to win me back over. In terms of the live action films, because at this point I'm not even wasting my time. So unless I hear by word of mouth that they've really done a good job with a live action movie, which I've seen rumors floating around that they're doing a live action Hercules at some point, and it's going to be influenced by TikTok.
Iffy.
Yeah. And so I just that gives me absolutely no hope. I mean, they already butchered absolutely butchered The Lion King, and then turned around and butchered Aladdin. At least in my book, and those are two of my
Oh,
favorite Disney
yeah.
movies of all
Yeah.
time. And so
Yeah.
for me, that's unforgivable. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm
Pinocchio
at where
was,
I'm at.
Pinocchio was terrible in spite of Tom
I haven't even
Hanks.
watched it. Like I said, they have to win
Don't
me
bother.
over.
Don't be lured in by Tom
No,
Hanks.
yeah,
I'm a Tom Hanks fan as a general rule, but golly, well, anyway, enough of
yeah.
that. Enough said on that. Well,
But
sometimes we'll talk about, we need to talk about, animated versus live action.
yeah.
That would be fun. Um, but yeah, for tonight, well, let's move on to our topic for this evening, which is, of course, Universal. Universal Studios is on the move, guys. Universal Studios in Orlando, especially, and they just have some huge plans that are coming not too far down the road, and we're going to talk about all of that tonight. Not the least of which they have several projects that we're going to cover all of them, or at least talk about them. But the big one, of course, is Epic Universe.
Yeah.
Now, we
real,
have
real quick, a bit of show
Go
and
ahead.
tell, super quick, just because we're talking about Universal, and I'm looking for a quick segue. I was able to secure this game. So this is Hogwarts Legacy by Portkey Games.
Goodness, I've got that in the notes.
This is the deluxe edition. I got it yesterday at GameStop, and I called because they said they were like, I looked on the internet, and I was like, okay, when does this game actually release? Because I was like, okay, you're supposed to, with the deluxe edition, you're supposed to be able to play 3 days early as one of the perks. You get some cool stuff along with the deluxe edition, like different robes and, other neat things. And so anyway, I just called him. I was like, hey, when can I actually get this game? Because I haven't pre-ordered. I don't know. And he was like, actually, we're staying open just a little bit after close tonight for anybody that wants to come in and grab the game. And so I said, all right. And so anyway,
wow, cool.
I went and got it last night. Let me tell you this. If you're getting this game and you're super excited about it, man, it takes a while. And this isn't even a digital copy. This is, an actual disc. It takes a long time to download the game and all the updates.
Okay.
Strap in, make sure you're prepared for that. I mean, if you have an
internet connection,
if you have a next gen console and you get new games, from time to time, you're going to be well aware of that anyway. But it took a while for this game to download and install on my Xbox One Series X. So anyway, I played it a little bit. It's super cool. And so anyway, that's all I have to say about that real quick.
Well, I've got a little bit more to say about it actually, because I had seen that piece, and you may have sent it to me in a text, William, and I put it in the notes. Hogwarts Legacy, this is the description, is an immersive open world action RPG set in the world first introduced in the Harry Potter books. For the first time, experience Hogwarts in the 1800s. Your character is a student who holds the key to an ancient secret and threatens to tear the Wizarding World apart. Now you can take control of the action and be at the center of your own adventure in the Wizarding World. Your legacy is what you make of it. So if you want
it's super cool
that,
already. It's a beautiful game.
Yeah.
Visually, it looks amazing.
I'm sure.
And so I've only been able to play about 45 minutes into the game. I have been sorted into a house, which you get extra goodies in the game if you have a Wizarding World profile. And so that's, at one point, I think it was Pottermore. But anyway, it's the Wizarding World now. And so you can you can make your own little avatar. You can take the little quiz to determine what your Patronus is, what your
wow.
what your wand would be like, and then also which house you'd be sorted into. And so I set up my account last year initially, and I was sorted into Hufflepuff. And so I went ahead, I was like, I'm starting this game up, and it transfers you can get it synced up to where it automatically sorts you straight into the house that you've already been sorted into in the Wizarding World. And so anyway, I was like, I'll take the test again, just out of curiosity.
Just for fun.
Yeah.
Why not?
And so I ended up being sorted into Gryffindor this time. And and so anyway, it's funny. I was talking to my friend Alex, and she said, I've taken that test twice now, and both times I got sorted into Slytherin. And so anyway, she's like, I promise I'm a good person. So anyway, it's pretty funny.
That's strange. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Slytherins are for the process.
Slytherins are, cunning, determined.
Right.
It's just they,
yeah.
they're associated with being the antagonists, and whenever it comes to Harry's story specifically. And so anyway,
he says he's a Gryffindor.
Cool. And
I was sorted into Ravenclaw.
Yeah.
That's been forever ago. So
I took a BuzzFeed quiz recently, and it tells you percentages of which house you'd fall into, and mine returned, you are all the things. It said I was like 26%.
Oh wow!
I was like 26% Gryffindor, like 25 Hufflepuff, 25 Slytherin, and then 24 Ravenclaw. And so it's like,
that's interesting.
Well, it acknowledged, the Sorting Hat, tells you what would be a good place for you to go. But just like with Harry, he takes your preference into consideration.
Into account, right?
And so anyway, it does the same thing in the game also.
Neat.
So you can go through and do the quiz, which mine didn't even quiz me because I'd already done it through Wizarding World. And so I would be interesting to see what it looks like. I could do another save profile, and I'd like to see what the process looks like without being synced up with my account. So anyway, let's see. Okay.
Stacy's back, but yes,
hey Stacy, welcome back.
Now, see, I can totally, knowing what I know about Harry Potter, and William and I are huge Harry Potter fans. Granted, I am a bit rusty.
Yeah, same here.
Cool. We are huge.
Jeanette, it's a whole lot of fun. Which is it that in Florida?
Yay.
You'll have to let us know.
Florida, Jeanette, that's exciting.
It's a lot of fun. And for me, the park hopper is completely worth it. I know it's more expensive. We hadn't been to Universal in quite some time, but
yes. So
just for the experience to be able to do the Hogwarts Express, it's really, really neat. And then also the thing to remember is you get a different ride. You get a different ride through video.
Thanks for being here.
Going one way and then coming back. So it's a different experience. So make sure you ride it both ways. You get the experience both ways.
Both experiences. That's true.
Oh, cool. Very good. Very, very good. Hope you have a lot of fun. What are you looking forward to the most?
Get into
Jeanette?
Go ahead.
Oh no, you're good. Let's see. So Epic Universe is coming.
I was just gonna say quickly, I can, if I were sorting you, knowing your qualities as well as I do, I would totally put you in Gryffindor every time. Although I agree, I agree with you have qualities. All of us, I guess, have some qualities from each house. If you've studied, Harry Potter, if you're a Harry Potter fan and know that the overall strongest qualities for each house, but I would totally put you in Gryffindor without hesitation.
Yeah,
so.
it's interesting because there is some crossover. I mean, in terms of like loyalty is a big thing for both Hufflepuffs
Mm-hmm.
and Gryffindors as well. And
Mm-hmm.
so, obviously, some of my answers had some something to do with that as well. Hey, welcome in. Good to see you, Jane in Travels. Thanks for being here.
Oh, hey, John, Nancy. So good to see y'all. So thanks for popping in. We appreciate you. Universal is easier. Now, again, William, we're going to have to look at this thing. Coming up in June, we haven't
Mm-hmm.
really looked real hard at our time coming up, but we're going to have to look at it because I may try to sneak off to Universal at
Yeah,
least one day.
yeah.
Because it's just been so long. I have not ridden Velocicoaster. I have not ridden Hagrid's
Hagrid's motorbike. Yeah.
motorbike adventure, and so I would love to try and do some of that, and just to be at Universal again. I love
Yeah.
Universal, so we're going to talk about what they've got on the drawing board, guys.
Mm-hmm.
And this, of course, is a picture of coming in summer 2025 is Universal's third park. And this is an artist rendering of what that looks like, what they think that's
Mm-hmm.
going to look like. Many times the artist rendering is nothing like what they actually come up with, but we're going to see. Now Tina sent me a piece earlier that I did not get all the way through. I want to look at it, but there people are just really clamoring for details.
Mm-hmm.
They're already installing buildings are up, roller coaster tracks are up. They are really working hard on this thing. It's going up quickly, and this will be the largest Universal park in the U.S. and the second globally, just behind the upcoming Universal Studios Beijing, which I
Oh,
didn't
wow.
know was coming
I didn't know that
until
either. Wow.
it will house at least three big intellectual properties from DreamWorks Animation, Illumination, and Nintendo.
Yeah.
And those will kind of anchor, the theme park, with their different offerings. Now, unlike its two sister parks, Epic Universe will not be located on the current Universal property. Now that's interesting. They needed more space, but they're building this one behind Icon Park in Orlando. So it's close. It's like a 15-minute drive, from what I understand, but it is not attached to the Islands of Adventure and
Universal Studios.
Universal Studios, yes. So Epic Universe is the beginning of what they're calling the South Campus. That makes the existing park the North Campus. Epic Universe is the beginning of the South Campus. It's located, again, about 15 minutes down the road from the parks that we know that we already have. And there's also, guys, a third piece of property. Now, it's only 64 acres, but it's in between the two areas. And so, so there's, so Universal, is buying up some property. They need some space to grow. So, at any rate, just to give you an idea of the size of these chunks of Universal Orlando, the North Campus, which is what we know of right now, what we have, is roughly 735 acres.
Does that include the City Walk also?
It does.
Okay.
It does. The newly acquired South District, which is where Epic Universe is going in, is approximately 750 acres.
Wow.
So so we're not talking about just a little, just a little area, just a little, like one land per se. This is a legitimately a new park. This is a huge undertaking.
Mm-hmm.
on Universal's part. They are serious, folks.
Yeah.
The company will provide free transportation to get guests from one area to the other.
Yeah.
And it's most likely going to be shuttles, obviously. Um, the fact that the company has already devoted some $160 million to Orange County to help expand Kirkman Road
Wow.
uh, is, I mean, speaks volumes. They are,
Uh-huh.
they want good transportation to and from, and that will become, and probably it's going to be similar to Disney in that those shuttles will go from their resorts and parks to resorts and parks.
Yeah.
You know, um, and that Kirkman Road is like the main artery of traffic
Mm.
from the north to the south. So, and probably they're going to be adding, more lanes to accommodate those buses. So,
Yeah.
yeah. And I have a map, William, if you want to. There's kind of an idea. I know it's hard to see this.
Epic
Up in the
Universe down here.
Yeah, the upper left-hand corner
Yeah.
is Islands of Adventure and
Mm-hmm.
Universal Studios parks, and that's so you can see in the green there is what we know now,
Mm-hmm.
and then in the blue is Epic Universe and where it will go in. So you can see that
Wow.
they're obviously shaped different, but the two are very similar in size. So this is huge, guys. This is really exciting to
Welcome in,
see.
Amy.
Yeah, what they're going to do.
Yeah.
That's what I hear, Tina. Now, Tina has a really interesting question here or comment. The high-speed rail that is going in Orlando. A lot of people are really excited about this. I did not get an update. Let me make a note to check on that and maybe give you an update next week on the high speed rail that is going into Orlando.
Welcome in, Addie Family Adventures. Thanks for being here.
It is now. Oh, hey, welcome, guys. Thanks for popping in. It's now. At last check, you're right, Tina. It is going now. It's going closer to Universal than to Walt Disney World.
Mm.
So that's huge.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, this is going to be it's going to be really cool, guys. And so that's kind of what we're looking at.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Let me go here to my notes. Now the lands that are going to be in this. Now these are just kind of some suppositions. Yeah. Universal has not really, nailed anything down other than Super Nintendo World, which we're getting to.
Yeah.
But the rumored lands are maybe How to Train Your Dragon, Fantastic Beasts, a Ministry of Magic, which would be, the Hogwarts, Universal Monsters, which would be really, really
welcome
interesting.
In, Caffeinated Misfit. Thanks for being here.
Hey, good to see you. And of course, the other one, and again, they're really making some progress, guys. They are, I mean, you can see a lot of, from what I understand, you can see a lot of the construction. You've got the tall buildings going up. You've got the roller coaster tracks. And so it's really taking shape. Of course, the one that is confirmed is Super Nintendo World. Super Nintendo World opens, guys, February 17th. So, and this according to Universal's website. So this one, William, this one has to be huge for you.
I'm very excited, to say the least. When you think Nintendo, Mario's synonymous with Nintendo, and
yes, Oh
Mickey
yeah.
Mouse, there have been, studies and polls. Mickey Mouse is one of the most recognized characters,
In the world.
worldwide.
Hmm.
Uh, but Mario is not that far off. Um, aside from Mario, Pikachu is probably, the next, well known, most well known and
Hmm.
recognizable, character from any intellectual property. And so I think, we're going to talk some more about universal plans here, but I think things are really, really, in terms of strategic planning and in the order in which they're releasing things over time. Um, I think that they're setting themselves up for success. Now,
Oh, big time.
they still have to execute,
Big
um,
time.
but all right. Uh, you have this Super Nintendo World has already opened overseas, and so you can find some ride through videos there.
Yes. If you
But
go to the next slide,
mhm,
William, there's a POV
yeah,
there. That is Japan.
and so that's so much fun. I mean, just take a
Mhm.
look at this. Down there at the bottom, you have the piranha plant, and so right down here, now right down below here, there's a Yoshi's Adventure sign here, the piranha plant down here, and then right below the piranha plant is where the Mario and Luigi meet and greet is. And so you have to walk through Peach's castle, which looks just like Super Mario or Mario World 64. Um, and so like the portraits change as you walk past them, just like in the game. I've watched some of the kind of walkthroughs of the this land, and so Wyatt thinks it's really neat. Also, he thinks their Yoshi ride is super cute. But anyway, it looks like they picked you up and threw you into the game. Like, I mean, everything looks
Hey,
just
Amy.
just like it does in the games. And so, anyway, the Mario Kart ride looks neat. So the thing is, they still have to execute. That they've got a lot of great plans
Yes.
lined up,
Yes.
but one of the main criticisms of Universal to this point is their over reliance from a parks perspective, not movie
Mhm.
perspective, but from a parks perspective, they got too reliant um, on using screens for their
Yes.
rides,
The
and
rides, right.
so
Which
it's
I
like
tend
they
to
kept
agree.
going to the well. It's like, okay, we got this
Right.
thing, people love it, and then they were just like, all right, let's throw it in on the Jurassic World ride. Let's throw it in on the Harry Potter rides. Let's throw it in on the King Kong
Spider-Man.
ride,
Yeah.
Spider Man, Fast and Furious, which I think I assume that's still there. But anyway, um, so it's like they just kept going to the well because like, oh, people love it. It's like, okay, people love
Mhm.
it, but like people also like to see tangible things as well. So
Yes.
it's like they just got over reliant on utilizing screens for the ride. So I think that's one of the things. Hopefully, they've been listening to feedback from their guests. But
Mhm.
anyway, not
Yeah.
they can
Oh,
do some
they
really
have.
cool stuff.
They have. Yeah.
Yeah, and so
Yeah, this looks amazing.
I'm very
I
excited about
mean,
it.
yeah, this
The
would be like stepping into the game.
Oh yeah.
You know,
They
uh,
sell little bands. Like I think there's a Yoshi band, there's a Luigi band, a Mario band, and a Princess Peach band. And so you can like walk around. I think there's some sort of app it pairs with, and you can walk around and tap your basically like a magic band. You can tap your wrist on the little question mark cubes, and you can get coins. And so there's some sort of
and
tracker built in.
wait. What?
Uh, so they basically have like magic bands type technology, and I think
In
it's
Japan?
yes in Japan, and so
Oh,
you can walk around and like interact with different things like in the land.
right.
Like you can hit the block just like you would in the game, and it knocks a coin out of the block in a game.
Oh
Uh,
my
and so
goodness. Yeah.
you go and tap your band on it, goes the next little getting the coin noise, and so
Oh
Anyway,
my gosh, how fun. And some
um,
those noises, guys, from, if you, I mean, I would say that, I don't know, a huge percentage of the people on the planet, if you hear those Mario noises, you know where that's from.
yeah,
I mean, it's just iconic. Even the sounds from from these video games. So that this is exciting. This is
yeah.
really exciting. Dean, we don't have any information on whether or not they'll be selling turkey legs. If I were you, I would contact management
Yeah,
now, because now is
yeah,
the time to take action.
yeah,
And if you want, we can start a petition. We can flood them with emails. Just lead on their
yeah.
Kemosabe and let us know what you need, because they obviously need to sell turkey legs.
um,
Absolutely.
so anyway, very excited about this land, and Wyatt is excited about Mario. I've let him play a little bit of Mario Kart. He's only 4, so we try to limit screen time and everything.
Sure.
But anyway, um, yeah, there you go. Jonathan says that the ding sound of the coins is so iconic. I have the
Yes.
Wii anniversary book and CD that has the sound clips of Mario game sounds. Yeah, you got the
Mhm.
woohoo, and then I mean,
Oh,
there's all sorts of different
it's great.
sound effects.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's just,
so
just
anyway,
fun. Fun stuff.
also with this land, there's a lot of neat food that's themed as well, and so the food looks really really neat for that they serve in this land. So but I'm very excited about it. I think Wyatt's going to love it. And so you look at this date here, February 17th. People already like Nintendo. People already like Mario. But the reason I say from a strategic planning standpoint, they're trying to do all the right things. This world opens.
Addy Family Adventures. Hey, I'm open to that. I am.
Yeah. Um, this world opens February 17th at Hollywood Studios or Universal Studios in Hollywood. Um, the Mario movie comes out April 7th. I don't know if you have that in show notes. I'm sharing my screen, so I can't check, but I believe it's April 7th is when the Super Mario movie comes to theaters, and so
I believe that's right, which
um,
is great timing.
yeah, you're rolling out this world which people are already going to be excited about.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, and kids, Mario's one of the most kid friendly games that there is, and
Yeah.
a lot of parents start their kids on Nintendo systems because they are the games are more kid friendly, and so anyway, if this Mario movie, which is being produced by Illumination, which also produced Despicable Me, Secret Life of Pets, and some other movies as well. If this movie is a smash hit, that's only going to increase traffic to this park, and also Epic Universe whenever it opens in 2025 as well. So I'm really excited for the movie. I hope it's kid friendly because I would love for that to be Wyatt's first time
Oh
seeing a
yeah.
movie in theaters. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
and so I'm very excited for all of this.
Yeah.
Needless to say,
Oh
uh,
yeah.
and I just think
It's
I think their timing is impeccable. I will say, in terms of IP and I guess kind of pop culture impact. Um, Obviously Disney, is still, much stronger in that category. But I think Universal has a, definite opportunity here to turn the tide in their favor. It's just going to hinge on them producing really high quality movies between now and when these parks, start to open.
Right.
Because obviously
I agree.
people are going to show up initially just because it's new, and
That's
so
true. But you
the
got to
the
keep them there.
the
Got to
strength
keep them.
of the attractions paired with the strength of and the quality of the movies that they're producing is really going to impact how successful all of this turns out to be.
I think so too. Now, and we've always said, here's just kind of a thought that I had while you were talking there, William.
Hmm.
We've always talked about how Disney has the power of nostalgia
Yeah.
on their side. Well, this, now we're getting into some nostalgia with Universal, folks, because this is part of my son's childhood.
Yeah.
These pieces now,
Mario.
you Mario, I mean, you
Oh,
have, so it's really going to be interesting,
yeah.
to see what they do with this.
Yeah.
Let's see. I watch a guy who does the Japan parks. Don't know if they're identical, but the Japan one looks incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeanette, I don't doubt it. Yeah, it's a new generation. Exactly. Exactly. Um, and Addy Family Adventures Japan has a Mario Kart ride that looks amazing as
Hmm.
well. I'm very, very excited.
Yeah.
This is totally groundbreaking new stuff, guys. It's gonna be, we've never seen this stuff before. It's a whole park. I
Yeah.
mean, how could we not be excited about this? I think, we're going to talk a little bit more about, how this will affect Disney in a few minutes. But
Hmm.
here's kind of a description of, of what this park is going to be like. And I'm talking about Super Nintendo World. This all new dynamic land will be a visual spectacle of vibrant colors and architectural ingenuity located within a newly expanded area of Universal Studios Hollywood. Super Nintendo World will feature the groundbreaking Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge ride, as well as many thrilling and interactive activities designed to engage the entire family within the captivating Mushroom Kingdom. So there will also be retail stores, places to eat. We've got, let's see, so we've got uh, Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge, inspired by the popular Mario Kart video game series. It will seamlessly fuse cutting edge augmented reality with projection mapping technology and actual set pieces along a moving ride track. This is really exciting stuff, guys. We've got Mount Beanpole. This towering landmark sits at the heart of the land and also serves as the entry queue for Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge. We've got Bowser's Castle, adorned with a breathtaking sculpture of a large and beautiful and powerful Bowser. This structure serves as a key centerpiece of the land, home to Super Nintendo World's signature ride, Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge. As guests navigate the winding corridors and pass through the Hall of Medallions and Trophies of the ominous castle towards the Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge ride, they will learn more about Bowser's calculated plans to defeat Team Mario for the coveted Golden Cup. So we also have a power-up band, which this is what you were talking about.
Hmm.
William, these wearable state-of-the-art wristbands sync with Universal Studios Hollywood's free downloadable app to level up the guest experience within the land and enhance its many interactive elements. These include, but are not limited to, keeping individual and team scores, collecting digital coins, and obtaining keys after winning challenges throughout the land. Power Up bands will also invite guests to enjoy extra special interactions with Mario, Luigi, and Princess Peach. They will come in 6 design options with character themes and will be available to purchase both within the land and at Super Nintendo World retail shops located in the theme park and on City Walk. You're going to have interactive gameplay. Within the land, guests will become fully engulfed in an engaging world of real life gameplay. They will discover a new dimension of Super Nintendo World via the interactive binoculars, employing augmented reality technology. You can collect keys from Goomba, Koopa, Troopa, Piranha Plant, and Thwomp. Interactive activities to ultimately allow access to
Have a
the
good night, Dean.
culminating boss battle with Bowser Jr. I mean, this just sounds fantastic,
Yeah.
guys. Toadstool Cafe is the land's signature restaurant. They will serve a gourmet menu perfected by Chef Toad, and he'll greet guests as you go in. So it's going to have toadstool cheesy garlic knots, super mushroom soup, piranha plant caprese, Mario bacon cheeseburger, Luigi pesto chicken burger, block tiramisu, and Princess Peach cupcakes. So, I mean, it just sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
The One Up Factory is a retail shop, and this is where the One Up Factory is where you'll purchase, you get your merch, get all your merch, and I'm sure they'll sell a ton of it, and they'll have themed apparel and hats and plushies and all the things that we would expect in there. And so it just sounds fantastic, guys. It just really is. It really is exciting. So that's opening up pretty soon. William, I have been really contemplating a quick trip to Disneyland to ride Splash Mountain one last time. We could we could push the envelope and do a 2-day thing there. But this just sounds great. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, it's very exciting. But that's not all. But wait, there's more. So 2025 is the target date for Epic Universe. February 17th, coming up here really quickly, is the opening date for Super Nintendo World at Universal Studios Hollywood.
And let's not forget, guys, now we're talking about, we're introducing all of this, or, talking about all of this. And again, what William said is true. Wait, there's more. They also have a Universal Monsters land that is, and I didn't do a slide on this one, but that is going into Vegas, Las Vegas, Nevada. But they have, guys, this new park that we don't know too much about yet, that is going in at Frisco, Texas. Now, y'all know we're Texans, and wow, this is just mind-boggling to me. We have always talked about how Texas would be the perfect place for a third Disney park because it's located centrally in the middle of the country. Apparently, Universal is going to beat them to it if Disney ever decides to. So we've got that one coming in, and there was some chatter on this one, guys. Go to the next slide. There was a tweet regarding a traffic impact analysis report that was released. Jim Schull was prepared by Kimberly Horn for the Universal Park in Frisco. Was released, and so they're getting really serious about this. They're talking about traffic, and they're probably talking about the economy and utilities and things of that nature, road system, parking, how all of this is the dynamic and the mechanics of this thing are going to work because it's a big undertaking. And so we could not be more excited about that. Now, moving along here to the obvious question that all of us are thinking: how will this affect Walt Disney World? Okay, I'm a visual person, and so I put together this timeline of each park and what they have done. Walt Disney World would do something, Universal would answer. Then Walt Disney World would put in something else, and Universal would answer. This timeline, as you can see, it goes from 2016 all the way to the opening of Epic Universe in 2025. The different lands and attractions that have opened in each park gives you an idea what that looked like. And I mean, you can see by this that Universal has tried to stay on par
Yeah.
with Disney. Every time Disney has opened something, they have opened something in kind. So it's really interesting to see this visually, what they've done.
Uh-huh.
16, 2017, 18, 19, 20, all the way again to 2025. And of course, you see 2023, there the opening of Tron and Minions. And
Hmm.
then 2024, of course, is Tiana's Bayou Adventure at Walt Disney World. Then 2025, of course, is Epic Universe. Now, the difference here is that this is a new park. It's not a new attraction. It's
Yeah.
not a new land. It's a new park.
Yeah.
So, William, how do you think, this is going to affect Walt Disney World? What are your thoughts on it?
Well, I mean, it's really interesting. I mean, what Disney has going for it, you know, uh, which in terms of how everything's kind of falling together is, um, you see people complain a lot about Disney, but they just keep going. People just keep going, and so you wonder at what point, what's it going to take for people to stop going? They keep raising prices. They make statements and release content that some people may not necessarily agree with, and so they seemingly have not been listening to criticisms, critiques for a period of time. Granted, we're starting to see some things change. They're case in point, the Incredibles have been meeting at Hollywood Studios. Our friends, is our dream. Jeff just met Powerline Max at Hollywood Studios.
Yes, that was
And
fantastic. That was
so
so much fun.
for me,
Yeah.
to
Great T-shirt he was
see
wearing for
stuff like,
that meet
oh
and
yeah,
greet, by
yeah,
the way.
great T-shirt. The T-shirt that Jeff had posted a picture of himself wearing with the pizza on it, the Mickey ear shaped pizza, was one that I found in our Disney store. And since the Disney Dream would do the family pizza night streams with Kinsey Days and Tracy
Mhm.
Kinsey Day's dad. They do this family pizza nights, and so I was like, oh, Jeff has to have this. And so anyway, we finally got it to him. It had been in my house in a Disney bag for longer than I'd like to admit, but finally got it to him. Thanks, Mom. And so it was good to see him wearing it. But anyway, oh yeah, that's one you could have added there, Mom. Is the Moana Journey of Water. That's opening up. And
Okay.
so,
Add Moana.
that'd be a good one to add to the graphic here. Yeah, thanks, Addie Family Adventures.
Thank you.
So anyway, it's interesting.
Yeah, Ratatouille's on there, so
Yeah, and so, oh yeah, Jeanette says looking at those pictures on Facebook right now. So anyway, it's interesting. Is is there, what's the breaking point?
Mhm.
And I mean, you hope you don't get to a breaking point, but what's it going to take? Between the price increases, and some of the other decisions that Disney's making. What's going to stop people from going? And so you hope that they kind of right the ship. Chapek has, the Chapek era set them back quite a bit. They may have, they may have made a little bit more profit margin wise, but upsetting, that comes at a cost also, with
Right.
people having poor guest experiences, and one of the things that I think the return rate in this book that I have somewhere on my desk, touts like a 71% return rate for guests of Walt Disney World Resort, something along those lines. And so,
okay. And Disney counts on that.
Yeah, and that's the thing is that you have to not only meet people's expectations, you have to surpass them. And,
yes.
Not everybody's, we have you and me and 15 other people, according to StreamYard, currently watching this stream. Not everybody not everybody's like us. Not everybody's diehard Disney fans. And so, if they took a trip during the Chapek era, with how, all the, less, the price increases, less emphasis on the guest experience. There are, I mean, you and I have both talked to people that said, I went and I'm good for a long time. And so,
yes.
Now,
a lot of people say, I mean, I have talked to friends of ours who said that,
Yeah.
I mean, we know people who, who are, grandparents and who took their whole families and said, yeah, we won't be going back to Disney for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, that's huge, guys. That's thousands and thousands of dollars out the window.
Yeah. Addie Family Adventures raises an interesting point here. They said, I haven't been excited for Amir or Tron because they are cookie cutter rides, meaning that they have actually, exist in other parks. You've got Tron at Shanghai, and then you've got Remy in Disneyland Paris. It says Remy, I feel, is a good ride, but by the time it got to Epcot, the technology was outdated. If you compare it to Rise or Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, I mean it's that trackless technology. There are moments in Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway where they do just like an incredible scene transition, which I think we really take for granted because I feel like we take it for granted. But the scene transition toward the end of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway and how everything changes in like an instant, I feel like that's highly underrated and how quickly that happens. And I mean, it's very impressive. And so anyway, it's you make a really good point about Remy. It's a really cute ride. But after I rode it a couple of times, I was like, it's not going to make or break my trip if I don't get to ride Remy at Epcot. And so anyway, you raise a valid point there. You kind of wish that, with some of these rides that we're having built over here, you kind of wish they'd throw us a little something extra.
Right.
But we've yet to see that happen. So,
right. Yeah. Well, now, I mean, we did see that in a big way with Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, that's Guardians of the Galaxy didn't exist anywhere else. So we're just talking about the rides that have been put in here,
right?
That existed elsewhere.
Well, Addie Family Adventures was talking about cookie cutter rides, and Guardians. I mean, finally, guys, right?
Yeah.
I mean, as Disney World, we kind of consider Disney World to be our home home park. Disney World had. It's great to have something as good as Guardians of the Galaxy that is brand new, brand new tech. In my opinion, Guardians is the best roller coaster anywhere. Now, I've not ridden Velocicoaster, but Guardians is a different kind of coaster. So, it's
Tina!
fantastic.
Oh no!
Oh, Tina! Oh no!
Oh, goodness gracious!
Oh.
Well, you can say you did it, and not sweat it again. Oh, good heavens!
Yeah. No,
it's cute. It's a cute ride. Wyatt loved it. But
sure,
it
is cute.
It's nothing to write home about.
No, 3.5 hours. Maybe for Guardians of the Galaxy or Rise of the Resistance,
Yeah, I would.
but not
I
Remy,
might not have
not
felt.
Ratatouille.
Yeah, I might not have felt shortchanged if I did 3.5 for Rise, or I haven't read
Right.
Guardians yet, but
Yeah.
Guardians either. Oh yeah, that's brutal.
Yeah.
Um, but anyway, I
Right,
mean, yeah,
Jonathan?
take a look here. It is very interesting. I'm glad you put this timeline together. It is very interesting to see how they've competed in different ways over time.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
you know,
Well, you had, let's say, just looking here, and of course, there, up until 2021, and now, you can see the drop off there, um, because, obviously you had the blip
mhm,
happen
yeah,
with, the COVID at 2020, and we still got
this is a good point, Jonathan.
2020, we got Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway from Walt
Yeah.
Disney World. And uh, the Born, let's see, not sure what the name of that ride is. It's the Born Supremacy
Stunt,
ride at
stunt, tacular, stunt show.
Stuntacular
Yeah.
at Universal. So they were really now 2021 guys. I'm thinking that is extremely lopsided in 2021
Oh,
because
yeah,
you've
no
got
question.
Velocicoaster
I haven't ridden the Velocicoaster yet, but just looking at like,
and Ratatouille.
I mean, even just showing the raptor with like its head in a cage in the line queue. I'm sure people have seen the
Right. Oh yeah.
I guess kind of clips of the raptor. Um, it's Velociraptor. Um, it's really really stinking cool.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
anyway, I've heard many people. We haven't been to Universal in quite some time, but people have said Velocicoaster is one of the best coasters they've ever been on. In terms of thrill, and it's going to be interesting because that's one thing. As I was younger, and we made a few trips to Universal when I was in high school. And then after I graduated from college, we went back, and so that was one of the things is that's what I told my friends in high school. It's like, Disney's Disney. But if you want, thrills and,
Mhm.
kind of the,
Oh yeah. The
I,
faster,
yeah, the faster,
faster. Oh yeah.
they use a lot of, not smoke, but, they use a lot of fire. They use a lot of, I guess kind of mist, if you will. Um, and some of their rides. And so, I was like, it's a different experience. Um, so anyway, with this new Frisco park is being targeted at, I think from 0 to 10, kids,
Mhm.
parents
Mhm.
with
Families
kids
with
from
young
0 to 10,
children. Yeah.
is primarily the aim here. It does sound like, they're making an attempt to compete more closely with Disney because that's one of the things with Universal is with younger ones at Universal, they're your options are more limited, whereas you know um, they're once you hit 40 inches tall at Disney, there's only a handful of rides that you can't ride, and so
That's
it's
true.
much
That's
more kid
true.
friendly, and it's not necessarily that way at Universal. But this new park sounds like it's going to be a lot more accessible for little ones. The one that's going into Frisco, that is. So
Right.
um, anyway, Jonathan says Velocicoaster is as smooth as butter. It's a new modern style of coaster, LM launch coaster with 2 launch points. Ooh. And so, anyway, but it's going to be interesting. I
Mhm.
if this Mario movie is a smash hit, which I'm hoping it will be, um, a it's it's going to make a lot of people a lot of money if this is a smash hit, because
Oh boy.
Nintendo's
Oh
going to
boy.
make, Nintendo's already makes a ton off of Mario games anyway. But if this movie is a smash hit, you better believe they're going to be selling more consoles. So there are going to be more Switch Lites, more Nintendo Switches being sold, and they're going to be selling
Absolutely.
more games. You've got Luigi's Mansion 3. You've got
Well, after this, I may go out and buy my own Nintendo Switch.
yeah,
And I have watched y'all play I've watched all three of my boys play for years and years and years. Tetris,
yeah.
and some of the Wii games I got into some of the
One
Wii games,
thing that
but
they should do, and I don't know what characters this arrangement between Universal and Nintendo includes, but if they were to put some Animal Crossing content or a little Animal Crossing section
yeah, it's
in
popular,
Frisco,
guys. Oh
people would
wow,
be all over it.
I
Because
agree.
that was like they released that game right as people were going into the lockdown for in 2020 for
Mhm.
COVID, and so anyway, it's a lot of people during that time were introduced to Animal Crossing, and they sold a ton of copies of that game. And so if they were to add
Mhm.
a little section for Animal Crossing, people would lose their minds.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah.
and so anyway, while it's less nostalgic, it's it's really relevant to pop culture.
It is. It
And
really
so
is.
lots of kids have been introduced to Animal Crossing, and so again, I don't know. Jonathan mentioned earlier Pokemon. I mean, if they could somehow work it out with Universal, if Nintendo and Universal and the Pokemon Company could all come together and add a Pokemon
Mhm.
section to the park, I mean, come on.
Oh wow.
Um,
And you could add a section.
yeah. Oh,
You
you
could
could
totally add a lane.
easily,
Absolutely. You,
easily.
you
You just have to
uh,
decide which area you're going to use and what elements you want to throw in. And so
mhm,
anyway,
mhm.
it's really neat. I it'll be interesting. We'll see how all this shakes down. But I
Mhm.
think from a strategic planning perspective, they are positioning themselves up for success.
Oh, I do.
Uh,
Oh, yeah.
you
No
know, and
question.
the other
No
thing too
question.
is you have to wonder. We had talked about how will this impact Disney. Um, guess what? Frisco is right here in Texas. It's less than an hour away for me. Um, I could easily have a season pass there
Oh, yeah.
to this
Oh,
park.
yeah. I could have a season pass there, and
Yeah, and
because I'm
so
in Texas, and we
uh-huh.
Texans, if it doesn't, 3
And
hours is
so
just a
I
hop,
mean,
skip, and a
you think
jump for
about
us
it.
guys.
You think about
Texas
it.
is so big.
I mean, granted, we have Six Flags in Arlington. There's
Right.
Six Flags, San Antonio, SeaWorld in San
Mhm.
Antonio.
Mhm.
Um,
Which, by the way, SeaWorld in San Antonio. It is my hope, guys, to get out to SeaWorld in San
mm,
Antonio and do some live streaming. That park is amazing.
mm.
And Tina
Midnight.
just made the comment that the thrill rides at SeaWorld in Florida are amazing. Guys, the thrill rides are great at SeaWorld in San Antonio. So they're no
Ultimate Ball.
slouches. Oh, movie mania, movie mania, Nick. Hey, Nick. But Stacy, I think, yeah, I think with the rides, the coasters, and depending on what type rides that you go on, it's kind of like to me, it's kind of like Star Wars fans or non-Star Wars fans who go into Galaxy's
Galaxy's Edge.
Edge. You
Yeah,
can still enjoy it, even though
yeah,
you're not necessarily a Star Wars fan. I think
yeah.
this may kind of be the same thing.
All the
The
Mario stuff
theming,
is going to be
yeah,
adorable, and so
yes.
I don't think it matters whether or not you've ever picked up a Mario game ever. I think it's going to be really cute, And
Oh yeah.
even just walking around looking at the, cartoon world
Oh, Paul, hey.
is got to be really neat. Welcome in, Paul.
Hey, Paul, good to
So
see you. Are you still at Disney? Oh my goodness.
I think it really hinges a lot on what sections they add to these parks.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's going to make a big difference. They really love Jurassic Park, so it wouldn't surprise me if there's a little kind of Dino Land area in this
Right.
Frisco park. I'd seen some speculation. I'd shared an article with you, but I can't pull it up because I'm streaming on my phone here. But I saw some speculation on the rides that the intellectual properties that they might consider adding to this area. I love, I'm a really big fan of, Marvel. I like a lot of things that they have at Universal. Harry Potter being at the, right there at the top of the list, along with all the Marvel stuff in Florida. And so, yeah, Jonathan says you don't have to play video games or cards to know who Mario or Pikachu is.
That's true.
They are interested, instantly recognizable.
Paul Engel. Hey, we always appreciate people who are actually in the parks who bother to come in.
Oh yeah, for sure.
To our live stream.
Hope you have a great trip, Paul.
Absolutely. Yeah, spend some time. It was good to see you with Russ and Mikey yesterday at Epcot. So yeah, enjoyed seeing pictures of you. So that was great that y'all got to meet up.
Yeah. Oh, let's see here. But yeah, I'm very excited about this park. Again, I hope it's really well done, and I think it will be. I feel like it all hinges on what they add. The sections that they include. Because it's funny because if you rewind to 2017 when they I guess added Pandora to Animal Kingdom. Mm-hmm. For me, that was not a needle mover. Now, granted, I think Flight of Passage is really cool. I think the land looks amazing. I had to, I guess, kind of eat a little bit of crow. Welcome in Disney Connections. Thanks for being here. I had to eat a little bit of crow.
Guys. Oh,
I just felt like it took them too long to add this section to Animal Kingdom. I was like, man, when did this movie even come out? Like people have moved on. Of course, I say
a whole land.
Yeah. So, I had my criticisms back before we even thought about having a channel. You and I would just talk on my commute home about everything going on. But anyway, Pandora, like I said, I had to eat a little bit of crow because they did a really good job with it.
It's Joe Rohde. It's Joe Rohde.
I still want to go behind the scenes to see the Avatar in a tank because I need to understand how that works.
How that works. Yeah. Some of our cast member friends might be able to help you out with that. Again, welcome in Disney Connections. We appreciate you popping in. Jeanette made an interesting comment here. Joe Rohde made a comment today about how you shouldn't have to have seen a film for the ride based on it to be enjoyable and understood. And I hope Mario is the same.
Oh, for sure.
That just nails it.
Yeah, Jeanette, it really does.
I agree 100%. And Joe Rohde, think about it. I mean, he's done so many, things. Pandora, was his brainchild, and so he gets it. He gets that based solely on just looking at his work. You can understand that he gets that. What about, Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout at Disney land?
Yeah, a ride should be so good that it makes you more interested in seeing the source content. And because that's what happened, if you rewind to 2017, Jillian and I went to Disneyland. Disneyland does the overlay of the Nightmare Before Christmas on the Haunted Mansion ride. Jillian had never seen the Nightmare Before Christmas prior to riding that ride, and because it was so cool looking, we came home and watched the movie because the overlay is so stinking cool. And so that's exactly what should happen. You know, the ride experience should be so good, so intriguing, so entertaining that it makes you interested in checking out the source material. So anyway, yeah, I mean, you see some back and forth here, looking at 2017, they opened a new section. Universal opens a, the Volcano Bay theme park. You look at 2018, they do Universal does the Fast and Furious ride. And Disney opens Toy Story Land at Hollywood Studios. So, ride versus land. You look at Galaxy's Edge. In 2019, they opened a whole new land, Galaxy's Edge, there at Hollywood Studios and also at Disneyland. Universal rolls out Hagrid's motorbike adventure. So, you keep fast forwarding, you start to see, ride versus ride. But, we get all the way to 2025 and, boom, they're releasing a whole new park.
Earth-shattering kaboom, to quote
Marvin the Martian.
Marvin the Martian.
Somebody, I can't remember who up in the chat mentioned that it's sad that Bugs Bunny isn't as culturally relevant anymore like he used to be. It's borderline criminal.
It is.
And so,
I so agree. Guys, I have Bugs Bunny lines and cartoons memorized in my brain. I know that all of us, from my generation that grew up watching Saturday morning cartoons are the same. Yeah, so that I agree 100%.
Oh yeah, Jeanette says here Everest was the last ride without an intellectual property at Walt Disney World. That was 2006.
2006.
That's and yet again, point. Credit Joe Rohde for and other Imagineers for that ride as well.
There you go. There you go. Absolutely.
So anyway.
And Tina says, up until a few years ago, attractions weren't based on a ride. It stood on its own.
That's a great point. Think about Pirates. Good heavens! They released.
The ride inspired the movie.
Yeah. I mean, it's like I've said before. It's like Rideception. It's like they, the ride inspired a movie, and then they turn around and put a character from the movie in the ride because the movie's so good.
All of the original attractions in Disneyland and Walt Disney World, the ones that we think of, were not based on movies, guys. They were just rides, and they gave them a backstory. And then, I guess, let's see, probably most of the rides, other than
the storytelling happens in the queue.
Storytelling happens absolutely. Hey, welcome in.
You set the tone there. Hey, welcome in. Great to see you.
Hoist the colors. Our favorite pirate Red is here.
Speaking of pirates.
There you go. But yeah, it's so,
and might I say real quick, I think I mentioned this last week, but I watched Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl. It may be one of my favorite movies of all time.
I like it too.
It's one of those that I could turn on and I just enjoy it. Like I just thoroughly enjoy it. What else can I say? I mean, so many great performances. I love all the pirate movies.
Great music. The music was fantastic. Absolutely.
And so, anyway, just a big fan. Sebastian the Crab says, "Oops, Jungle Cruise." So, I'm biased because I'm a big fan of Dwayne the Rock Johnson. But I enjoyed
it's a
Jungle Cruise
man
movie.
Crush. Let's keep it real. It's a man crush.
Yeah. Kelly, I need to do that myself. I need to do that myself
Yeah.
and watch all of them again because the first two just absolutely solid.
Yes.
Things get bigger, and it's smidge more confusing when three rolls around, and then four kind of stands on the borderline, almost kind of stands alone. Like they go
Mhm.
bit of a different direction with four, and then five they kind of tie everything back together and put a bow on it. So, yeah. Um, Sebastian said, no, oops, I mistyped Jungle Book because I meant Jungle Cruise a few comments ago. Um, so let's see here. Will, don't tell Steve. Does Steve had a problem with pirates? I don't know who could possibly have a power problem with pirates. I love,
Well,
yeah,
and so much of that, I mean, so much of that was obviously Johnny Depp as Captain
yeah.
Jack Sparrow. He
Well,
just so, he
you know,
is Captain Jack Sparrow.
yeah,
Johnny Depp, and I've said this before, but I think it's really interesting, has said that of all the characters that he's played, and guys, if you go back and look at his filmography, Johnny Depp is
Oh,
a
Steve has a problem
really
with The Rock.
versatile
Okay. No, Steve hates The Rock.
actor.
Okay. Well, uh,
Uh,
okay.
oh, he doesn't like The Rock.
All
Okay,
right.
yeah. Um, Johnny Depp is a hugely
Yeah.
versatile actor, but he has made the comment before that because Captain Jack is so
Yeah.
closely, so close to his own personality in many ways, he actually has trouble shaking Captain Jack off,
Mm,
at the end of the filming day, which I think is really interesting.
yeah.
And yeah, he's just fun, guys.
Yeah.
Who doesn't? Yeah. Danielle's Bayou
Oh,
Adventure. Hello.
anyway,
Oh, you love pirates. Thanks so much
um,
for popping
yeah.
in.
I know that. Hey, yeah, welcome in. Let me go ahead and write you down here. Thanks
Yeah,
for being here.
Danielle's Bayou Adventure. Nice. And I'm assuming that Danielle, you're looking forward to Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
Um,
uh,
so yeah, I know The Rock's not for everybody, but for me, he's kind of that. Chris Pratt's done a lot of action movies lately,
mm-hmm.
but for me, it's more so like he's like a Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, uh, that big action hero star. And a lot of people aren't going to because a lot of their roles, are somewhat similar. A lot of people aren't going, for that reason alone. I've seen the meme of like four different movies, like three different movies where The Rock is in like he's in the jungle and he's wearing, the shirt and the, like cargo pants. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like, believe it or not, these are four different movies, but he looks like he's wearing the same thing in all of them.
The same one, yeah.
Okay, that's fine. For me, it's just he's entertaining. He's larger than life, and he's entertaining. And
Yeah, he
so
is.
anyway, I
I
know,
think
I
he's
know he's,
fun. I
I know
thought he
he's not
was.
everybody's
I
cup of
loved the
tea.
Jungle Book.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed the Jungle Book. Kevin Theme Park Adventure, welcome
Jungle
in.
Cruise.
I said Jungle Book, Jungle in the Jungle Cruise. Yes,
Welcome in,
yes,
Kevin.
I really enjoyed him in that movie. I thought it was a lot more moving than I thought. We actually
Yeah.
have a review of the Jungle Cruise and several other movies up on our channel. If you want to check the playlist, you can see what I thought about the Jungle Cruise and a couple more.
Apparently, he and Emily Blunt really had a great time filming that movie together.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't surprise me at all if at some point there's a sequel to that.
It seems to, I'm thinking that both of them are kind of cut ups too. I can see them really having a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I can see that. Okay, so we have guys, Universal is really stepping up to the plate here. Walt Disney World, because of different things, the Chapek era, things that we have talked about, ad nauseum on the channel. I think that now that Bob Iger is back at the helm, he will be paying attention to to this. I think
I just shared an article with you recently about housekeeping updates or
yes,
mousekeeping updates.
yes,
How they're going to be, kind of more intentional about, making, like setting out your new pair of ears on the bed, or setting out some of the plushes on the bed to make it look like they're watching
right,
TV and like,
right.
anyway, it's
Right,
the little
Tina.
things. It's the little things like that that make a big difference. I mean,
It does.
how much time
Yes.
does it take them to, grab a couple of your plushes and set them out on the bed,
Right.
and make it
Well,
look
and
like they're
cruise
watching
ships are
TV.
big on that.
Yeah.
Cruise ships are big on that. And that time spent, like, on the cruise ships, a lot of times when they did the towel
Towel
animals, they
animals.
would they
Hmm.
would put our sunglasses on the
Yeah.
towel animal, or just things of that nature. And so that's good. Disney, Bob Chapek did not understand Disney magic.
Yeah.
And Bob Iger, who is now back at the helm, hallelujah, it does. He gets that. He knows that they've lost some
Yeah.
ground. He knows that they need to make up some ground. And I'll guarantee you that he's taken a really hard look at Epic Universe and saying, hey guys, we have always, oh, hey,
Hmm.
Mickey Sodding, Sean, welcome in.
Yeah.
We have always set the pace.
Yeah.
And Universal is hot on their, is really hot on their heels here.
Yeah.
They're really making a run, especially with the new, we've got Epic Universe opening. They've got a park plan for Frisco, Texas. They've got a park plan in Las Vegas, Nevada, which is also huge. So, it's exciting. I think.
Hey, welcome in, Mickey Signing.
We as the fans win from this.
Bottom
line is,
Jonathan had said something to that effect.
Yes.
Something to that effect up above. Really who wins in this situation is all of us, because for
Absolutely.
Universal to say, all right, we're expanding, we're at a new park in Frisco, new park, hotel, water park in Frisco. We're adding, a massive park in Florida. Let's see. Interesting. Huh, how about that? Stacy says, wait, Will, did you say mousekeeping will set your ear hats on the bed? Is there a way to tell them you don't want them to do that? My dad was extremely superstitious when you not hats on beds. Interesting. I don't know if there's a way.
You've mentioned that before.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a way. I'm sure there's some sort of little note that you could add to your aloha, Elena. Welcome in.
You've mentioned that before, Stacy. That's fascinating. That your dad and you said other people, you don't put hats on beds, and it's interesting that you just said.
I didn't get the memo.
I didn't get the memo right at this moment, guys. My Star Wars baseball cap from the opening of Galaxy's Edge in Walt Disney World is sitting on my bed. So I took it off when I came from town. So that.
Well, I mean, a lot of people, I've always worn my hats in.
Oh, hey, aloha, Elena.
I occasionally wear my hats indoors, like I'm doing currently. And a lot of people, don't do that either. And so. Anyway.
It's custom. Well, and you're wearing it for the stream, but it is customary to take your hat for men.
Yeah.
Now, it doesn't. The rule never applied to women. We could wear our hats indoors, but most men will take their hats off.
Yeah, that's very intriguing. I'm sure they could add a note, or I'm sure if you're checking in or something like that. That was just like a little example that I'd seen. Is if you bought a new pair of ears and they put like an ear headband or whatever, they set it out on the bed, make it look fancy and picturesque.
Fun stuff,
But anyway, I really back to my point. Really, who wins in all of this is us, because
absolutely,
if Universal can push Disney to release higher quality attractions, to consider expansion into a new area, to add another park somewhere, guess what? At the end of the day, we win.
That's right.
because
That's right.
that
Competition.
it
That competition. Yeah.
yeah. And so it's only going to, as both sides, push each other to, uh, increase not only their attraction quality, but also the guest experience also. Really at the end of the day, we're the ones who come out on top.
We do.
We benefit from the competition.
Yeah. Wait. Absolutely do on that. So, well, it's
Have a
going to
good
be,
night, Amy. Thanks for being
guys,
here.
oh, thanks so much, Amy. Um, this is going to be huge. We're looking forward to it. We will keep you posted.
Yeah.
We'll try to,
Yeah,
yes,
as we hear more details, we'll definitely
Disney
slide
will
it
have
in.
to compete. They,
Yeah.
they absolutely will, Danielle. They will have to compete. And so, we'll keep you posted, as news breaks on this and, what's going on, because we're always interested in it, and, do the reading, generally look up, Disney and Universal, news every day. So we will definitely
have a good night, Pam. Thanks for being here.
Oh, thanks, Pam. Yeah. Oh yeah, no problem. No problem. So yeah, it's just going to be good, guys. It's going to be good. We have some really
it's
good. Hopefully, this is the perfect positive storm.
Yeah.
You've got Universal on the move. You've got Iger back at the helm at Disney. And so hopefully, they're now. And here's the other thing, guys. Keep in mind that many of the Imagineers who formerly, Imagineers at Walt Disney World have moved to Universal. Yikes. There's another big issue. They're because of the worker shortage in the marketplace. They're really competing for talent. So competition is good. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Paul, have fun. Keep us posted. Us posted. Yeah. Send us a, we'll be watching your Instagram, send us a picture. Enjoy. Have fun.
Have a good night, Nick. Thanks for being here.
Yeah. Thanks.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you popping in.
But I'm very excited about all of this. We have a lot to look forward to, and we probably will start to see more of these blue sky projects, but get the green light in response to all the stuff that Universal's doing. So, things like Zootopia, things like adding that Moana ride, the things that they brought up at D23, there are things that they decided not to do. We haven't gotten that Mary Poppins ride that they announced at D23 years ago.
That's right.
There are things that, we're not getting that play pavilion there at Epcot. They've since
there were several things
changed their mind on that,
That's true.
And back whenever all that was announced at that D23, we're like, man, like that's really ambitious. And then the pandemic happened, and it's like, wow, like it's taken Tron forever to get to get open.
Us too.
And so
us too. We were really
so hopefully we do start to see some of these projects get the green light. Oh my goodness. Oh, Russ, we're gonna have to time you out.
Russ. No. Kurt, just go away with that.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, that's funny.
Russ is coming in here and pushing buttons.
But
now your status as an adjunct hitchhiking bone could be in jeopardy if you continue with this line of conversation.
But anyway, at the end of the day, the competition benefits us as guests. So I hope, I want both entities to be successful. I want Universal to be successful. That way they can continue to push Disney to up their game, because
Yeah.
you need competition,
Yeah.
to
That's
to help drive you to keep producing higher and higher quality uh, of attractions.
it's true. And howdy, Russ. Welcome in. Yeah, we're talking about, obviously, we're talking about Universal, Disney, mostly Universal tonight, and Epic Universe, and their plans for new parks in Frisco, Las Vegas, Nevada, and what we know so
Yeah,
far about all that. And I could not be more excited. I think this is just going to be wonderful. And
yeah.
so we'll see. Guys, it's coming up really fast. I will add Moana to that timeline
Mhm.
for 2024, and yeah. So
It's
keep an eye
Moana.
on it. Let's keep an eye on it.
It's fall 2023, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
actually, it
it's
is.
fall of this
It is.
year.
It
Slide that in
is.
there.
It's yeah. It's
Yeah, good
all.
point, Russ.
Universal needs to learn how to make attractions that everyone can ride, though.
Hmm.
Actually, Russ, uh, I've seen some pretty big people get into this ride. Um,
Which one?
well, actually, he said Universal. My
Yeah,
mind immediately went to Tron,
yeah.
which we're gonna talk about.
I had
But
a lot more hope for fitting onto Tron when I saw that Nate from Paging Mr. Morrow was able to ride.
yes,
Uh,
yes,
I was like,
and
I feel like we
also,
had pretty
yeah,
similar builds.
yeah,
So
yeah.
anyway, I was
So
like,
yeah, he was.
I could ride Flight of Passage. A little bit of room. It's really strange because it just depends on how you're proportioned in certain areas. So for
That's
Flight of
true.
Passage, I'll take everything out of my pockets. My legs are fine. This last time I rode it, I had to make sure to cram my feet all the way up forward because
Hmm.
my calf muscles,
Hmm.
I guess are a little larger than most people's. Um, and so anyway, that it's funny. The last time I rode it, that was the thing that was
Ah,
closest that for me potentially not fitting than anything else was the part that closes
interesting.
on the calf. So
Yeah,
it was
interesting.
interesting.
Yeah. Well, you have done a squat or two in your life, son.
But
So
yeah,
you have done that your football career, and
yeah.
uh,
Well, the most I
how,
ever squatted was 440 pounds. That was like
ooh,
6 months after I had surgery on both my knees. So
golly, the 1,000 pound club.
yeah,
Yeah, Push, the talking
uh-huh.
trash can, was impressed. So um, we are looking forward to it,
Oh yeah.
guys. I mean, we as the guests are going to be win-win. Um, it's really gonna.
Oh,
Okay,
ouch. All
okay,
right. Well, I need to watch
okay.
that vlog then. I just saw
Yeah,
that he was able to
okay,
get onto it. I didn't realize he had gotten bruised. I'll have to check that
yeah.
out.
Now, Tom at Walt Disney World News Today is also a big guy. Broad
Hmm.
shoulders, and he's not a skinny little person,
Yeah.
and he was able to ride comfortably.
Yeah.
So, we'll see. I mean, yeah, we'll see.
Hmm.
Uh, okay, Russ, that's amazing. Couldn't ride any of the thrill attractions at Universal,
Oh my.
uh, everything at Disney. Yeah, yeah. Well, and
Yeah.
that's kind of a challenge for for these ride, for these designers,
Yeah.
these ride vehicles, especially this kind of ride vehicle where you have to be secure. You
Yeah.
know, you're not sitting down in the vehicle where the lap bar comes over
Uh-huh.
or the shoulder thing comes up. You have to be secure because of the type vehicle it is. The vehicle essentially it's a motorcycle that has to close around your body to
Yeah.
keep you safe so that you can ride it. Yeah. So they had, for several months out in front of Tron. This was, several years ago now because it's taken them so long to get the thing open. They had the ride vehicles there, so so that
Mm.
you could you could, like, as an example. Did you ever try those? I never did, was able to sit in those. They had the Tron ride vehicles out.
No, I didn't even realize that was a thing.
Yeah,
I
they did.
definitely I definitely would have
Tried it.
hopped into it to check it out if I'd have realized that.
Oh, yeah. It was
I
like a
didn't realize
photo
that
op.
had been out
Mm,
for
yeah,
a period of time.
yeah, yeah. It was like a
Where
photo op.
was
So,
it? I mean, I see that
it
there's
was
one
in
out today.
Tomorrowland. Yeah, it
No,
was in.
I
They
see
were
that
sitting
there's
in
one out
Tomorrowland.
today, or recently with
Yeah.
we're getting closer to the ride coming out, but no, I didn't
Mhm.
know that.
Yeah, they had them out for a good while. Not while I was there, or I too would have tried it out. But um, uh, at any rate, talked about the wreath. Russ.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't know. Now the moderators can't delete your comments. Yeah,
Well,
well,
I mean, if they're going to retheme it, then I'm in support of more goofy stuff.
goofy stunt bikes. Hey, now Russ, that's not a bad idea, man.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going with something else, give me an extremely goofy movie
There you
with all
go.
the
Oh yeah,
skateboarding and stunts
that would
from
fly.
that.
That would fly. No, pun intended there.
That is funny.
Did you have anything
Uh,
else you wanted to
yeah.
say about that? How do we need to move on and kind of
Oh, I
get
just
through
had
some
some
of your
scar
other?
tissue taken out of my niece Tina back when I was in high school. It was just giving me a lot of discomfort, and
Mhm.
but they got that cleaned up. I have zero problems with my niece today. Thank goodness. Yeah. Um,
Mhm.
let's
Mhm.
see. Mickey Siding says the metal rod that extends out over the rider's calf caused the bruising. Oh, all right. Well, I guess I have
Okay.
that to look forward to. Uh,
Okay. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll kind of
uh-huh.
see. Now, as you said, though, but it kind of depends, William, because um, again, how you're built. Some people,
Yeah.
don't have, they're husky or whatever. Like Stephen has a huge upper body or a
Yeah.
large upper body, but his calves are, you know, are not that big. So
Yeah.
it really does kind of depend on your body. Different people are proportioned
Yeah.
differently, I guess yeah. Tomorrow is the Q1 earnings call, and I hope to be on it, Sean. Absolutely hope to be on that one. Earnings call for Disney tomorrow. I think that is absolutely it. Okay, let's move on. We've got some more stuff
Well,
to talk about.
do
This
we
may
need
be
to
too
go
much.
ahead? I was going to say, do we just need to punt at this point? Because we're at 11 o'clock.
We're at 11 o'clock. Yeah, we may just
Let's
want to
go ahead and
punt
push this into next week.
and save the rest of it. It was pretty ambitious to talk
Yeah.
about, about everything. We're gonna hold off till next week on some of this, guys. We're
So
gonna talk a
next
little bit.
week, just as a teaser, going to be talking a little bit about Tiana's Bayou Adventure and some of the details for the ride that were released by the Disney Parks blog. So talk a little bit about that. Let's see, a little bit about Reedy Creek. Then obviously a reminder of the Tron opening April 4th. And so
Just quickly, guys, there's a description released recently by Disney on Tiana's Bayou Adventure and how they're going to, tile that in. We'll talk about that next week. And the Reedy Creek Improvement District bill is tomorrow. That will be part of the Florida State Affairs Committee agenda tomorrow. So that will be, we'll talk about that next week. And of course the Tron. Oh my gosh, we could go on for another 2 hours. I mean, we've got a whole show for next week.
Yeah.
Still, sorry about that, guys. But
Hey,
there's a
welcome in,
good
Ann.
video. Just quickly, there's Tron opened yesterday for cast member previews, and several of our great YouTube vlogging friends and live streaming friends, Resort TV One, Nate, Paging Mr. Morrow, several were out for that, and so you can go and find those if you want to see. Now we'll talk about that a little bit. With likely without some sort of a GoPro setup, you're not going to be able to live stream Tron. It's probably not something that they encourage you to do. Hey, Dave, but just the line cues and what have you are
Yeah.
out there. Some of our YouTube friends have taken a look at that, so you can find those if you're really curious. I still have to go and watch a couple of them because I didn't see them yesterday, so I'm really excited to see that. We will talk about that a little bit next week. The concert lineup, you can also go on Disney.com and get the concert lineup for Garden Rocks at Epcot, the Garden Rocks concert series during Flower and Garden at Epcot. They've got a good lineup for that. We'll talk about that a little next week too. Just as a point of interest, I hate to even mention the Grammy Awards last night because they were mostly a train wreck, but Encanto did win 3 Grammy Awards. So the Disney movie Encanto.
Not surprised people. People love Lin-Manuel Miranda, so not at all surprised that happened.
Yeah. And of course, then I had Hogwarts Legacy by Portkey Games for the PS5.
Xbox One here.
Note there for Xbox.
Xbox One Series X.
Xbox One Series X. And I think, let's see what else we've got here. I think that's pretty much it. We'll talk about some of the other things. Annie, hey.
Good to see you.
There's Mike. Thanks for materializing, Mikey.
I was thinking about it. Encanto is probably the biggest hit that they've had in recent memory. It's been a while since they've really since probably, I don't know, Frozen. Trying to think of the order of which things have been released. But Encanto is probably their biggest hit in years. Really Legacy, I haven't checked it out yet. See the trailers and let's play for that game.
Biggest hit probably since Frozen, would you say?
I'd have to go back and check. I guess Moana, Moana's in there also.
That's true. Moana was, it was well received.
It wouldn't surprise me at all if at some point we see some sort of Encanto. I mean, they've already worked it into some of the nighttime shows, Disneyland, and so it wouldn't surprise me at all. Hey, welcome in, Mikey. Great to see you.
Jonathan, we talked a little bit about Legacy earlier. If you weren't in here, he talked a good bit about Legacy. Went ahead and bought that for himself. So you'll have to check that out. And that's cool, Russ. Garden Rock Switchfoot, old bands.
Wow. Really? That's cool.
Yeah, hoping to go see them. So that's great.
So that's cool. So Switchfoot, I saw them in concert with why does their name escape me right now? Of course this would happen. I'm drawing the biggest blank possible.
Okay, we have great minds. Almost wore the very same T-shirt that you have on tonight.
Oh, that's funny.
I had that on all day long today. One of my favorite T-shirts. Y'all loved it. Yeah, a lot of people loved Encanto. Yeah, for good reason. Encanto.
Need to breathe. Need to breathe. I saw Switchfoot in concert with Need to Breathe. Year or two ago.
Neat. Nice. Okay, well, guys, so they're, all hope, y'all can take a look at some of the cast member YouTube cast member previews along that some of our friends did for Tron. We are extremely excited about that one. Hoping everybody cross your fingers together, all together now. Cross your fingers. William and I are going to try for the D23 Gold member preview for Tron. So we'll see if we might
Still no announcement made for when they, when or if they will be doing that.
We'll do that. Yeah. Now they did one for Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, which we did not get. I did my best.
But our friends at A Wonderful World of Walter did.
Yes, they did. So they did. Oh, thank you, Danielle. Thanks, Danielle.
Thanks.
This time, Danielle, my plan is to have like 8 different devices going. So we have to get in on this too.
Yeah.
If you have to take a break from work, and turn on all your devices, we're going to try to get this thing. So, but yeah, we're hopefully gonna do it. Yeah, I don't have anything else. We've got a lot more to cover, but we need to let you guys go for tonight anyway. Guys, I'm still working on vlogs. I'm having like a total, not a mental block necessarily.
Yeah.
I've just kind of been, squirrel.
Yeah.
Squirrel with I've got like 3 different vlogs going and I haven't finished any of them so I will do my best, I promise, to get those finished and get a vlog out, a short up or something like that. But I'm also thinking about doing some kind of a pop-up live stream this week. I don't know exactly what that's going to look like, but I'm kind of thinking about it. So be sure, if you haven't, pop that like button for us, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't. We would really welcome you to the mansion, and subscribe, and
Thanks,
ring that bell so you'll know when we go live or have a put up a new video. We'd really appreciate it. Next week on Hitchhiker Chat, it will be Valentine's Day, and so I'm planning.
Oh man.
Yes, it will. So I'm probably going to do, I'm planning some kind of special stuff for that live stream. William, if you are tied up and have to, need to, go out for Valentine's Day, I didn't know if you and Jillian were going to, do something that night or wait for the weekend. Jeff and I,
being a Tuesday, it's probably pretty low. Pretty low chance. But yeah, we'll see how it all shakes down.
Yeah, wait. So anyway, I will be live. I will be live because Jeff and I usually, will do something. We've been married long enough. We do things all the time. So, but we will have a special Valentine's Day. About Valentine's Day in the mansion next Tuesday. So do not be streaming from the right. That is that's good advice. That's definitely good advice. But that's what I'm thinking about. Ghost hosts. I'm open to suggestions for that, for that stream, but I'm looking forward to it.
We do have a date night lined up for Saturday, so there's a good chance that'll probably be, probably serve as our Valentine's, if you will, for Tuesday. But we'll see. We may end up coming up with other plans also, so that I'll keep you updated on that.
Okay.
Channel announcements. Check out our partner channel, Monarch Moments. They go live Sundays, Wednesdays, Fridays. They have Fun Food Fridays. They just a couple weeks ago were at Disneyland for the start of the 100th celebration. Garrett, Michelle, Hannah, and Gabe. They're just
Splash Mountain.
They're a lot of fun.
Times.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun. They're great. So if you hadn't checked them out already, check out Monarch Moments. Thanks, Stacy.
That is an excellent point, Stacy. Appreciate the trying to keep them out of trouble.
Yeah. But since I work from home, they actually have to go to school the next day. So it's the odds of us doing something on a school night are a bit slim. But we shall see.
Right.
Let's see, theliveplace.com. Big shout out to Dean for maintaining theliveplace.com. It's basically a TV guide listings for family-friendly live streams and channels. Check out Dean's YouTube channel, Dreamers Empire, and also the Live Place YouTube channel as well. Again, thanks to Dean. Thanks to everybody for watching. Appreciate everybody for hanging out here tonight. If I missed you, I apologize. I do the best I can to keep an eye on the chat and try to write down names, but the conversation sometimes gets away from me. I'm also sharing my laptop screen over here, and so if I missed you, I apologize. But thanks to everybody for being here.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Thanks to those watching in ghost mode. Some of us have us on in the background, or while we have other things going on around the house, or those that watch on the replay, like It's Joey's World, Lisa, Keith, and Joey. We appreciate all of you. Thanks again. Happy birthday again to Aunt Joy. Hope you had a wonderful day. Thanks to Aunt Susan. Thanks to Jillian, Kylie, and other family members. Thanks to Keith, BDF, Mandy Adams, Dean the Turkey Lexter, Tina DCS, Stacy Rogers, Ethan Armitage, Pam's Fam, Brian's West Coast Disney Adventure, Sebastian the Crab, Katie Mack, Jonathan Chons, J&N Travels, AJC Magic TV, Addie Family Adventures, the Caffeinated Misfit, Movie Mania Nick, Paul Angle, Disney Connections, the Mickey Bunch, Danielle's Bayou Adventure. Thanks for being here, Danielle. Kevin Theme Park Adventure, Elena K808, What in the World with Russ, and Mickey Sightings, Annie Kook 86, Space Mountain Dave Cantrell, and Mike Wheeler. If I missed you, I apologize again. I do the best I can to write down everybody's names who's hangs out with us in the chat. Whether you're here for 5 minutes or if you're here for us the whole 2+ hours tonight, we're grateful that you choose to spend your time on a Tuesday night with us.
Absolutely.
And so, anyway, thank you, Elena. You're too kind.
What did you just hear, Stacy?
I don't know. What'd you hear? There's a little bit of. There's a little bit of thunder going on in my area. And
my cat, I've got my earbuds in, and my cat, I know, has been making noise, so it could have been Charles.
So anyway, everybody, check out TubeBuddy if you haven't already. If you're a YouTube creator looking to grow your channel, it's got some helpful tools, helps you track viewing trends, suggested keywords for titles and tags. The basic version's free. There's a paid version if you have under 1,000 subs. It's discounted. So use our link. We both get a free month. It's a win-win.
Yeah,
speaking of win-wins, check out Stickermule if you want buttons, stickers, pins, magnets. Oh my, good quality, low-cost promotional items. Use our link below. We both get a $10 credit for a future order. So it's a win-win.
Yeah, works well.
Again,
and thank you to everybody who has already used our link on Stickermule, TubeBuddy. We recently got a credit on TubeBuddy. We've gotten several for Stickermule, and it works out. It works out really well. So thanks for that. We appreciate it, y'all.
Absolutely. Yeah. Again, thanks everybody. Big shout out to our Ghost Host moderators for keeping the chat family friendly. We love and appreciate y'all. Everybody, we appreciate you being here on a weekly basis. It's a lot of fun talking Disney news. They're talking a little bit more Universal tonight. But again, at the end of the day, who wins from all of this? We do as the guest.
Yes, we do.
So with
good stuff,
the stuff that Universal, the stuff that Universal has planned, is only going. Iron sharpens iron, so it's only going to cause Disney to say, hey, what are we doing? What's next for us? How are we going to wow people? Universal's doing this stuff. Get
back to bumping the lamp, Disney.
Yeah.
Get back, bump that lamp.
It's at the end of the day, we're the ones that benefit from all this. So, whole lot to look forward to. Universal studies and execute. Obviously they have exciting things planned, and again, I really hope we start to see some of those blue sky projects that were announced at D23 get the green light and say, let's go ahead and break ground. Let's have let's go ahead and roll some of this. Kick the tires on some of this and go ahead and start turning some of this into reality.
Flesh it out. Absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely. So yeah, if you have not, again, Valentine's Day is Tuesday. So
Yeah,
if you've not bought a card or
yeah,
something,
that special
guys,
person in your life.
be sure and do that.
don't
Or
don't forget.
friends, guys. I just
Yeah,
I just mailed, Valentine's to my sisters and my best friends, and so Valentines are not just for husbands and
yeah.
boyfriends and
Was it
girlfriends. So
Galentine's?
they're
Galentine's.
yeah, Valentines, absolutely,
That's
absolutely.
become a
So
trend recently. Uh,
yeah,
yeah,
and like Friendsgiving,
yeah. Friends, yeah.
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, yeah,
So
yeah,
it's a little expand the circle,
yeah.
share the love, spread the love. Uh, but thanks again,
Yeah.
everybody, so much. It's been fun.
Alrighty.
It's been a lot of fun talking about
Yeah.
this. We're excited. We'll keep you posted, you know, and appreciate you staying up with us. Those of you who are, especially those of you who are still with us, watching on the replay. Thanks so much, for watching on the
Yeah.
replay. And we know that so many of you are watching who just you ghost watch, you don't, comment. But thanks so much. I recently run into and had a little contact with some of you guys. So
Yeah. That's pretty
we
cool.
really love you too.
Um,
Appreciate it.
we go live every Tuesday night, 9 o'clock p.m. Central, 10 o'clock Eastern. Be sure to join us live or watch on the replay. We are on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. If you want to reach out to us, just send us a direct message on Instagram, or you can email us at thehitchhikingbones@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe, ring the bell so you get notified when we release new videos or go live. Again, if you're watching the replay, leave a comment. Let us know. Let us know you're here. If there's anything you'd like to hear us discuss, send us a message, send us an email, and we'd be happy to hear from you. So, Stacy sneaking in a question here. Oh, Will, did you watch Wakanda Forever yet? I did. I really enjoyed it.
Haven't.
SoCal Imagine,
I haven't.
welcome in. SoCal Imagine channel.
Oh, SoCal.
So one thing to acknowledge
See you guys.
for anybody who may be on the fence about maybe letting their kid watch Wakanda Forever, and obviously you got kids different ages and everything, but there is some language. Jillian checked out the parents' guide. We always do that type of thing before we let Wyatt watch a movie or anything like that. And so there's some colorful language in this new movie, Wakanda Forever. I enjoyed it. Of the things that they've released since Endgame, it's one of the better movies for sure. Oh, thanks, Kelly. Appreciate that.
Thanks, Kelly.
It's good to see you, SoCal Imagine. Thanks for being here. Okay. Let's see. SoCal Imagine says we're doing Super Nintendo on the daily until Epic Universe opens. Thanks for the discussion.
Oh,
yeah. Thank you for being here.
Yeah. Neat.
Yeah.
Neat. Flew out for the opening of Islands of Adventure.
Ooh.
Countdown to Epic Universe. Ooh,
Sweet.
gosh,
That's cool.
Really
That's
exciting.
cool.
Yeah.
So again, it's a lot to look forward to.
Yeah.
They're very,
Good stuff.
very excited about the things that are planned out. Coming. Just we're already a couple. We're already in the second month of 2023. So I mean, time flies when you're having fun. So
Right.
Anyway, again, thanks to everybody for being here. Mom, anything else you wanted to bring up?
Not that I can think of.
Yeah. All right then. Well, I hope that hope everybody has a great week. Again, don't forget about Valentine's Day next Tuesday. But anyway, hope everybody has a great week. Hope everybody's doing well. We're already in February of the new year, which is crazy to me. But anyway, hope everybody's doing great. Hope you all have a wonderful week. So much to look forward to from a news perspective for both Universal and Disney. So hope everybody's doing great. And I, hope to see you all real soon next week. Remember, at the Hitchhiking Bones YouTube channel, there is always room for one more. So please hurry back.
back.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks so much, guys, for being here.
Thanks, y'all.
Happy birthday, Joy.
Happy
Love
birthday.
you, sis.
Love y'all. Have a great week.
Bye.